An analogy is the way to compare two things, or a way to compare two things. So it doesn't have to be that you are comparing them because they are the same. You can also compare them because they're different. So, for example, if you said that open is to closed as up is to blank. To finish this analogy, you have to find the relationship between the things that it's comparing. So here we have open is to closed. So how are open and closed related to each other? Open and closed are opposites or antonyms. So because open and closed are opposites, that means that up and the blank word will also be opposites. So open is to closed as up is to down. So this would be comparing two things that are opposites or antonyms using an analogy. So an analogy is when you say something is to something. So something is to something as something else is to something else. So it's saying that the relationship between, we'll just say this is A and this is B. So the relationship between A and B is going to be the same relationship as C and D. So for example, you would say, let's say, Mom is to Dad as sister is to blank. So this is where you're trying to fill in that blank. So mom and dad. So mom and dad are both parents, but we've got that mom is a female parent and dad is a male parent. So we have a female to a male. So mom is to dad as sister is to. So we've got a female again. So that's the relationship between the first one and the second one. They're both female. So mom and dad are on that same level in a family hierarchy or like levels in family. So on the same level as a sister, her male counterpart or the other piece that would be opposing the sister would be brother. So we see mom and dad are on that same hierarchy in a family tree. So we would say that like we have mom and dad if we were just looking at a family tree, and then mom and dad have children, and the children could be a sister and a brother or a sister and a sister. But over top of mom and dad, we would have like grandma and grandpa, or grandpa and grandma. So they're on that same level, but it's girl, boy, girl, boy. So that's how an analogy would work in this situation. So A and B have a relationship, and C and D have that same relationship, but A and C are also kind of related sometimes, and B and D could also be related. So let's look at a science-related one. Cell wall is to plant cell. So the cell wall is the outermost layer of the plant cell. It's the part that's all the way on the outside. So a cell wall is to plant cell as cell membrane is to So the cell membrane is the outermost part of an animal cell. So plant cell and animal cell aren't necessarily opposites, just like cell wall and cell membrane aren't necessarily opposites. These aren't necessarily synonyms and antonyms, but they can be. Here we've got puppy is to dog. So we know that puppies are the young or the offspring of a dog. So a puppy is to dog as kitten is to cat. So we've got the puppy is the young version of a dog. So the kitten is the young version of a cat. But sometimes an analogy is used to talk about opposites and then similarities, so synonyms and antonyms. So, for example, if we said, tiny is to large as small is to, we could say, big. So tiny and large are opposites, just like small and big would be opposites. So here the relationship between the things being compared is that they are antonyms. So if we have close is to near. So close and near are synonyms. Close is to near as distant is to far. So close and near are the things being compared in that first sentence, and they are synonyms. Distant and far are also synonyms. So the relationship here is that they are synonyms.